Hi everyone, Simon Keeling here. It is Wednesday the 19th of September. Thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. As always, the site's kept free of charge by you coming back and visiting the site by the adverts you see around the screen here. And when you click on an advert, you go through to an advert to view it, that's when it generates revenue for us, and that's what keeps the site free of charge. So thank you for doing that. Thanks for supporting the advertisers and for supporting weatherweb.net. Don't forget you can get all your forecasts from here as well. Enter your postcode, enter your town location, and you'll get a forecast generated for the next 7 days. Now it was a pretty cold one out there last night. It's cold out there this morning. These are the minimum temperatures from last night, and you can see that 5s and 6s were pretty widespread, but just look at that. Benson in Oxfordshire down to a 1. We got Yeovilton down to a 2, and many sites up in the north, including Topcliffe, Leeming, we got Dishforth, we'd also got Great Dunfell, Spade Adam, Redsdale Camp, and many areas across Scotland managed to get down close or below freezing. So it certainly was a nippy one. In fact, parts of central Wales as well, well, this is just on the Welsh borders at Shobden, managed a 3, and we got 4 in mid Wales, so you can see how nippy it was. Now, tonight's temperatures aren't quite so low. These are from the Weather website. If you go to Weather Web, click on Weather Charts, and then down the left hand side here you've got GFS Operational. Click on UK Mins there, and you'll get the minimum temperatures, and you can see not quite so cold temperatures forecast tonight across England and Wales, although through Scotland temperatures back down to freezing through central areas. But having said that, it will still be a nippy night. 5s and 6s predicted further south. I reckon though we could well be looking at 4 or 5 degrees for many places. Now, for the last few days we've been talking about and sort of mentioning in the forecast this feature out here. This is tropical cyclone Nadine, and Nadine kind of hangs around out there for quite a while, and it's been around for quite a while too. And as one run through the sequence here, just notice what happens. This is from the ECMWF model, going forward in 24-hour steps, and just keep your eye on Nadine there. You'll notice how, as we go through the next week, look, it's still there as a feature. It links up with the trough that comes into the UK at the end of this week and into the weekend, and it it doesn't really get across us or really impact our weather as such, but it's still there, look, close to the Azores, and eventually this trough that's over the British Isles into next week tries to pick it up, but still though you can still trace it right the way through the charts, and you can see it actually on the satellite picture. This is the satellite picture from 6 o'clock this morning. Here's the British Isles, obviously up here at the top right hand corner. But just look, this is the system that's going to come in tonight, bringing rain through Thursday for the UK. But just look here, there is Nadine. You can really see the spinning effect there on the cyclone as it's spinning around. The Azores Islands you can probably just make out underneath. Here the Canaries, by the way, down here. But you can see that that is just a system sat in the Atlantic, and it's just not going anywhere. And it is having an impact on us in terms of it's having an influence on the jet stream. But what about details closer to home? Well, this is from the Ensemble model. Now, we've still got some big questions over exactly what happens during this weekend and into next week, but this is the chart from today from the Ensemble model. This is for 1 o'clock this afternoon. High pressure down to the south, look, a northwesterly flow bringing 1 or 2 showers for northern and western parts of Scotland. Now then, what you'll notice here is that overnight tonight into tomorrow we get rain moving across Northern Ireland into northern England, southern Scotland, northern parts of Wales. Far south of England stays dry through tomorrow with sunny spells, as does the north of Scotland. Now, during the course of tomorrow night in towards Friday, that rain slips its way slowly southwards. It comes into northern England, southern Ireland, but it tends to stay dry across the far south of England and across central parts of Scotland too. Now, eventually the front clears away overnight into Saturday, and Saturday is going to be quite a nippy one for us. Let me just show you the temperatures that we get overnight Friday into Saturday morning. These are the forecast minimums, and you can see here that we really are looking at quite a widespread frost. This could be the first widespread air frost of the winter. Look, -3s, excuse me, central parts of Scotland. More typical 0s to -1s running right the way through Scotland, northern England, into the northwest Midlands, into central parts of Wales. More cloud hanging around southern coast, which is what's going to keep temperatures up there. And with the breeze off the sea, probably these eastern coasts of England tending to stay above 2. But you can see here, look, a widespread frost for many northern and and western areas, something certainly that we are going to be watching. Okay, so then Saturday itself actually looks to be a generally fine day with some good sunny spells. Probably stays that way overnight for the first part of Saturday night to Sunday, but then look what happens here. Excuse me, an area of rain looks like it's going to track northeastwards into the country through Sunday. Now, Sundays always cause some problems. You'll notice on the musings I've been talking about this threat of heavy rain across England during Sunday, Monday. Now, this threat is there 1 minute, it's gone the next, and it's kind of chopping and changing as to exactly what happens. But it looks as if Sunday, at least for central and western parts of the country, probably is fairly cloudy, it's probably fairly damp. I think eastern areas tending to stay drier at least till the afternoon, but then the rain getting going during the afternoon. A front clears northwards overnight, low pressure really slips in and takes control, and then as we head in towards Monday we get another area of rain feeding up from the south, this one becoming heavier across Wales, western England as well, and then that one probably brings more widespread rain across much of England and Wales, with heavy showers elsewhere. And it could be that rain lingers around right the way through Monday in towards Tuesday for many. This is this wetter spell that I've been on about, the more unsettled weather. You can see low pressure there centred across us, and that low really hangs around into next week. There's the chart for Thursday of next week. You see low pressure still there. Most of the persistent rain is cleared, but we're back into a northwesterly flow, bringing sunny spells and also showers. Now, the ensemble towards the end of the week hints at more sunny spells and showers, and that's probably reasonable. Temperatures around about normal for the time of year, but it tries to bring us back more into a westerly flow as we go into the end of the month and into the early part of October. Now, I can kind of see where that's going as far as the model is concerned. I can understand this principle of us trying to get back into a westerly towards the weekend after next. I don't think it's going to happen particularly very rapidly. I don't think it's going to happen as quickly as this is suggesting. What I think will happen is we'll get that rain through perhaps Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, focusing Tuesday, Wednesday at the moment. It clears to more showery conditions next Thursday, Friday, and stays showery and cool into next weekend. It's after that that we may just find conditions starting to settle off a little bit, with the winds becoming more of a southwesterly, and then we could find conditions becoming a little bit milder. Let me just show you, it's picked up quite nicely actually on the CFS. Here we go. This is the CFS chart. This is the temperature chart value for Birmingham. We've got the dates here running across the bottom. Look, this is the period I want to show you from the 1st of October. Notice what happens with the temperatures, the maximum temperatures. Look, you see how they rise and then they fall off. So it's centered around this early week of October, and a couple of days ago I was showing you the CFS charts for the first week of October, which was hinting at a southerly flow. That doesn't mean it'll be completely dry. I think there'll be rain in the west. I think eastern areas are dry, but I do think that temperatures will come up during that first week of October as the low pressure we get next week moves away. Southerly winds start to develop, and then I think we'll find temperatures picking up. But you can see how they fall off again, and I think conditions going more unsettled into the middle to the end of October, with rainfall totals probably above normal for what we would usually expect. It's also interesting to note, if you look at the charts here on the left hand side from the CFS, it's very easy to get the CFS. Click on weather charts, and then all you need to do is to click on CFS, and CFS eventually will bring up for you the options of, if we click here, look, click on CFS, and it will bring you up the options of being able to view week temperatures. Now take a look at what happens in week 9. Week 9 is the week ending the 20th of November. Now don't forget, it's a very, very long way away, but the CFS has proved itself quite reliable in terms of long range modelling. It picked up, for example, the idea of the end of September becoming cooler and more unsettled. It did that in the middle part of August, and it's been fairly consistent with it since. So when I spotted this morning, I mean, if you look at the temperatures the week before, so if you look at temperatures in week 8, if I can get the right temperatures there for you, there we go. In week 8, look, we've got sort of 8 to 9 degrees as an average, which is to be expected. But then look what happens in week 9. There we go. Between 1s and 2s and 3s. And then by week 10, look, the temperature's coming up. Now, you saw my winter forecast where I was talking about these short-lived cold bursts, and I'm starting to wonder, is that the first one of those coming through, being highlighted by the models during that middle part of November? A long way off, lots going to happen between now and then, but it's just interesting to note that that's being picked up. So I'll leave you with that for now. Thanks again for watching. As I said at the beginning, we're kept free of charge by the adverts you see around the screen, and your support continues to keep the site free of charge. So thanks again for watching, and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.